Hello guys, welcome to SteveKnows. I want to go over all the games that have been coming out from November all the way through to December because there are so many great titles, so many big releases that a lot of the games have just gone under the radar. So whether you've got a Quest right now or if you're getting one for the holiday season, this is one to watch to see what had recently been coming out. So without further ado, let's just dive straight into the list. First, November 7th, a big one, PistolWhip. This game was coined the John Wick offspring of Beat Saber and Superhot, but as people started playing, it became apparent that the game was its own unique title, but it did make you feel like John Wick. Cloudhead Games have created an arcade-like on-rail shooter that makes use of musical rhythm and precise aiming, dodging and reactions. In this title, you traverse through environments with a musical track playing, killing any enemy that stands in your way, but to score the most points you have to shoot them on the musical beat. So during certain moments of the game, you're completely surrounded, dodging enemy fire and killing people like a badass to the most skanky dubstep they could find. I hurt so much the next day after playing this title, so you better get your squat game on. I prefer playing this game with Deadeye mode, so it removes the aim assist, so the game is much more challenging and rewarding. You get 10 tracks to play with expected free and paid for DLC coming in the future. Due to its simplicity and visual art style, which is very reminiscent of retro simulations, which I love, it runs fantastic on the Quest, and the fast-paced nature makes it a great fit for the wireless freedom of this system. This is a must-have game. Last, Labyrinth, 12th of November. This Japanese escape room game created by amateur KK was funded via a Kickstarter campaign. Japanese games are always intriguing to me. They tend to push creativity to their limits, and they're not afraid to be bold, creepy and stylish in their titles. This is a puzzle game where you are to escape a creepy mansion with a creepy little girl assisting you. There are puzzles and traps around corners for you to solve or to evade in order to escape. The atmosphere created in this game seems like it will make an interesting virtual reality experience. You play a character with no memory of how you got to where you are in this mansion, and you're tied to a wheelchair, which does mean you can play sitting down, which is great. And the only companion is a little girl which frustratingly doesn't speak a language you understand. This really provides you with a sense of loneliness and isolation and fear. If you like puzzle games with a unique style, this is for you. Puzzle games in virtual reality always seem to be better than expected for me. They don't excite me, but when I play them, they're often amazing. The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, the 14th of November. As we're just talking about puzzle games that are better than expected, we have Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. This title was the winner of the Best Immersive Game Award at the Raindance Festival. This is from Fast Travel Games, and that is a name you should remember. They make great virtual reality titles. They bring us a cute puzzle adventure game that takes on the godlike view, not the first person view. And you oversee multiple different memories you had with your grandfather. And in each of them you are to solve puzzles in order to save each of the mini animals. I enjoyed this game. It made me forget about the stresses of life. You get to experience multiple miniature worlds that you can interact with in a different way, like a snow level, you can melt ice with a hairdryer. Or in the sea level, you go underwater, there's a mini submarine, you get to experience the sea life. The title can be completed within a couple of hours, it's not incredibly long, but it is fun. I think you should unravel the mysteries of the missing pets with your grandfather in this ultra cute VR title. Spice and Wolf VR, 14th of November. This anime VR title, which is being even more creative within the virtual reality platform, coming from Spicy Tales. This is a story-driven title where you are to experience an anime story in virtual reality with moments of interaction within the story to immerse yourself in this world. The light anime novel series puts you in the shoes of a traveling merchant called Craft Lawrence. But a storm was coming, so you took shelter with a part lady wolf deity called Hollow. This series is written by Asuna Hasakura, and a sequel has already been announced. I have to admit, it's pretty cool to step into an anime show in virtual reality. The art style and the bold colours looks great inside the headset. This story is around 15 to 20 minutes long, and for the price you pay, nearly £20, you may want to research if this title is one for you, because you'll have to be sure. The Under presents the 19th of November. The title that took so many people by surprise in a positive way, coming from Tenderclaw, who created Virtual Reality, another great title on this system. The title has an 88% 5-star rating. This game is a testament to creativity and will leave you bewildered at first. It's an adventure title game where the main story helps explain why this random theatre stage exists in this weird world, and you'll experience less than normal interactions within the environment with spells and magic that you would have learned along the way playing the story. And on the other side of this game, in the Stage Hub, where the game becomes a social platform and you can watch acts of actual people as pre-recorded avatars. The title does have a lot of dialogue to facilitate and support such a large complex story that's laid out before you. But if you're someone who wants to experience a testament to creativity in VR, this is for you. Vader Immortal Episode 3, the 21st of November. Coming from ILMX Labs, part 3 of the 3-part series that is set after Revenge of the Sith and Before A New Hope, and maybe the best one out of the 3, so if you don't own any of the Vader Immortals, this is the one to buy for the dojo and the storyline. Each of the 3 episodes only seem to last around 30 minutes each, but the third is the most action-packed one for sure, as you get to shoot blasters, use lightsabers, and the Force against the dark side. And you've unlocked all of the Force-like powers such as throwing your lightsaber and retrieving enemy weaponry, and you'll get to face off in a climactic battle against Vader. You've been trained by Vader in the ways of the Force to become a true Jedi, but for his own selfish gain to try and gain the power of the Bright Star. And that's all I'm going to give away on the story because it's a good one. You can get all 3 of the series for around $30 or £24 as they're $7.99 each, but if you're going to get one, I'd get this one. Espire 1 Operative, 22nd of November. The title that was coming out in August then got delayed, and then the day before its release it then got delayed. This is brought to us by Digital Lobe and it's being described as VR Metal Gear Solid due to its stealth-like operative elements. In this title, you embody a robotic operative trying to complete your objectives in the shortest time possible. This allows for some replayability trying to beat your scores. This single-player title focuses on stealth, espionage, and combat. And a unique thing about this title is the ability to climb vertically, which isn't so common in VR titles, and adds a really fresh element to it that we've not experienced so much before. And in a game where you spy and kill, this allows you to take even more vantage points to give you the best potential outcome. You don't even have to kill enemies if you don't want to. You can unarm them and threaten them, and they will obey and stand down. Or you can knock them out with a blow to the back of the head, or drag taken down enemies' bodies out of view to remain unknown. The game on release had seen some terrible bugs, but I'm sure they may have fixed some of them by now, but due to the constant delays, I believe their title was forced to release, and when it was just not ready. But they should have had 2 or 3 sprints by now, so fingers crossed there's some fixes. A Fisherman's Tale, 27th of November. This title won the VR Game Award of 2019, and for great reason. The premise of the puzzle title is fantastic. Another puzzle game surprising us all. You play a fisherman called Bob who lives in a tiny wooden shack that overlooks the sea, and you are an avid fisherman. But one thing you have in the middle of this room is a dollhouse, a replica of your home of which you can see yourself in. And if you look up, you can see yourself looking down at yourself. Some sort of Inception madness going on. But this unique element allows for some seriously creative puzzle playing where you are to transfer elements to and from different realities, and as you progress through you learn more about your character and the relationship he had with his father. This was an amazing title that took me around an hour and a bit to complete. It's not long, but it was fantastic. I do recommend. VARK. Not really going to give this one much attention. It's free, it has microtransactions. Moving on. So next is The Climb, the 3rd of December, coming from Crytek. The game that was teased before the release of the Oculus Quest finally came in December. The port has impressed users with what it's been able to output on the Quest's hardware, whilst maintaining the fluid gameplay. 92% of 4-star and above ratings on the Quest. This is a must-play if you're debating a title. The aim of the game, that you may have guessed, is to climb, ascend a variety of beautiful environments such as the Alps, Southeast Asia, the USA, explore caves, all as fast as possible, anywhere you see fit, as there is not a specific path for you to take. You can compete against your friends' times for a competitive edge, racing against their ghosts to make it even more immersive than just a final score for you to compare against. And as you progress, you unlock new gear as well, and it has a variety of game modes such as tourist mode if you just want a free roam, or boulder mode if you want an intense challenge to perfect your skills. A must-play on the Oculus Quest. Waltz of the Wizard Extended Edition, 5th of December. This is from Alden Dynamics, and this title was a classic VR game on PC back in 2016 as a free title, but the Extended Edition was added for a small cost to bring additional content for you to enjoy. This is now on the Oculus Quest for a new generation of virtual reality gamers to enjoy, and it looks and plays beautifully on this system. The game is fully interactive as well. You can touch and play with pretty much anything around the environment. Use a lightsaber to slice apples shot at you by a statue. play catch with a suit of armor. It's full of hidden secrets. You stand at your cauldron station and mix ingredients to make different magical spells for you to play around with. And you can also explore different realms. In one of them, you have to blast fireballs at skeleton knights trying to unlock the power to slow down time. It was very dramatic, but I loved it. So if you're a Potter fan, maybe this one will satisfy your bucket list goal of attending Hogwarts. Deathlap, the 5th of December. Deathlap, a racing title that looks like a crossbreed between Mario Kart and Mad Max. It's one of the better racing titles on the system, with intuitive, responsive controls and some action with the use of weaponry to destroy other opponents. There are 5 tracks to choose from, all with a varying style, with a bundle of different vehicles, all with a default special ability. During the race, you pick up boxes that will give you ammo to use your onboard weaponry, and you use one arm to steer the vehicle and the other arm to aim and shoot people. You can also pick up special boxes that provide you with randomized weapons, such as a barbed wire barricade to slow people down. There is a single player or a multiplayer mode option available as well if you want to take the battle online to the streets. This title is great, but if you're prone to motion sickness, beware of these kinds of titles, although it does let you adjust the settings if you're a beginner. Next, Arizona Sunshine, also the 5th of December. Coming from Vertigo Games, a very good virtual reality studio, we have a zombie title that could be one of the best zombie titles on the system. Setting the scorching heat of Arizona, I know you're not surprised, you're amidst a zombie apocalypse when you hear a voice on the radio, talking of a safe haven of which you intend to be. So you set out on your travels to reach it, but not without stumbling across many challenges. The game has a good lengthy campaign as well that I really enjoyed, and it put me in a state of fear once I entered the dark mines where you only have a flashlight and zombies lurk around every corner. There are 25 different weapons for you to enjoy to blow off zombies' faces, which is beyond satisfying. And a cooperative mode, which that alone is a great selling point to myself being able to team up with a friend and do a campaign or horde mode with up to 4 players. This is a triumph to have this title on the system, and I would recommend it to people. I am a huge zombie fan. Quill VR, 10th of December. This is a free app where you can look at and experience community-made pieces of virtual reality art that were made on the Rift platform. Using Oculus TV, you'll be able to step into the created animations and be able to watch the creation come to life. Watch these masterpieces go from a blank canvas to a beautiful scenery, all in 60 OF. This isn't a game, but an interesting title showing the possibilities of virtual reality, that it goes beyond gaming. Where Thoughts Go, 12th of December. A powerful, unique title that is incredible. It's almost like leaving a part of yourself behind anonymously. Here you can discover the dreams, secrets, and fears of people all around the world, and even leave your own out there for people to listen to, without them ever knowing it's come from you. This is a multi-award winning social experience where you can explore environments with people's sleeping thoughts all around you, where you can awaken them and listen to someone's recorded audio piece. The title will ask you 5 questions to elicit certain information from you and then leave it behind for others to hear. This is a potentially powerful title, especially if you're a person who has personal issues or you're not comfortable socially or not knowing your place within the world. This can make you feel more comfortable and not alone. It's such a shame that you have to pay $7.99 for it, but nonetheless, what a great idea. Affected the Manor, 12th of December, from developer studio Fallen Planet, a classic VR title that people experienced way back on the Gear, and it's now been given a new lease of life, hitting the Oculus Quest. The original game was described as a VR experience, as you didn't have much interaction, you just walked through the game, controlling your movement. But the Quest version has some nice little upgrades, so you can interact with doors and objects, elevating the experience. As before, doors were like you walking up to a supermarket, they just automatically open. Scary games fit virtual reality so well, they make the biggest giant scream. This title doesn't make you solve puzzles or find keys to progress, you just dive in and walk through a horrific experience. Good luck. Vacation Simulator, 12th of December. Vacation Simulator is the standalone sequel to Job Simulator, where you are put into a simulation to see what it's like to be in a work environment, as in the future we no longer work, everything is run by robots, so you're surrounded by sarcastic humour and interactivity with anything you can find. They're now taking this same experience and applying it to destination holidays, where you can enjoy a ton of mini games and different holiday destinations such as the Winter Peaks or sunny beaches. The developers have boasted how well this game runs on the Quest and is a worthy successor to the beloved prequel. If you want a simple, humorous title to just get lost in, look no further. Path of the Warrior, 13th of December. Coming from Twisted Pixel, this is a classic retro beat 'em up like Streets of Rage or Double Dragon but in virtual reality. So it's all about punching combos, throwing enemies around, finding health and weapons to use against them as you go through stage by stage, taking on hordes of thugs, gaining special abilities from every boss you take down. After each level as well, you get to hang out and play some mini games around in each stage to cool off from the brutal fighting. This title is a cross-buy game as well, so if you've got the link, you can enjoy both experiences. But on the Oculus Quest, it pretty much looks exactly the same as the PC version. It runs amazing. This kind of title definitely benefits from the Quest Wireless Freedom for sure. They're taking this classic retro side-scrolling experience and making it a first-person VR title. There's also a co-op feature coming soon as well to make it feel like the classic couch co-op titles we know and love. I'm a big fan of this game. Radial-G Proteus, 17th of December. This title I've shown off some gameplay on the channel, you may have seen the madness. Radial-G, the classic VR title that was released in 2016, has now made its way over to the Quest. This is a sci-fi racing title that have you defying gravity and reaching high speeds in competitive matches. I love the art style, it has that anime-like quality with sharp, bold colours. If you've ever played a Dragon Ball Z title, it looks like that. The game has great music for you to race along with as well, so you get lost in the fast-paced action. You have to be hyper-focused and the music helps with that, immersing you in the crazy sci-fi world. You race in a variety of environments too. Some of them you get brightly coloured environments, some are in domes, some are full of loops. This is one of the better racing titles on the Quest as well. Just be aware if you're prone to motion sickness, because this one even affected me. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope there was something there that you enjoyed. There have been a ton of great game releases and so many must-plays this season that you just can't keep up with them all. So thanks for watching. Steve knows. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.